I was speaking to somebody recently about overwhelm, and they were explaining to me that they had so much going on that they didn't have a minute to stop. They were just feeling like they were on a hamster wheel going round and round and not being productive because there were just more things then coming in and boggling their brain. So one tip that I always use with if I'm feeling overwhelmed is to slow down. Remember that the change always needs to start with you. When you change internally, the external changes around you. So although it sounds counterproductive, actually to give yourself a pause and to give yourself space in that pause creates more space. So what I mean by that is do it in nature as well. Take yourself off. So if everything's too much, like there's literally your mind's working at overload, pause, take yourself out into nature. When you're in nature, it gives off, nature has its own vibration. So it will bring you back into balance a lot quicker and a lot easier. Once your vibration's back into balance, then it gives you that space to calm everything down. Breathing is another one. You know, this takes us from a sympathetic nervous system to our parasympathetic. If we slow the breath down, take it down to the belly. So that's what we want to be doing, because when we're in fight, flight and freeze, we're using the reptilian part of our brain. When we're using that part of our brain, it kind of shuts down the prefrontal cortex, which is our reasoning part. So this is why they say, there's a saying of, I feel like a headless chicken. There's just so many things that I don't know how to pinpoint to focus on that one thing, because there's just too much going on. Because this part of the brain, the reasoning part of the brain, shuts down to allow the reptilian brain to take over. And that is when the fear kicks in. So when we pause, we give ourselves space. When we take ourselves out into nature, we bring ourselves and align ourselves back into balance with that vibration, that frequency. The earth gives off an electromagnetic electromagnetic field. So do we. We do it from our hearts. So get out in nature, get back in sync, calm the breath down, because you'll be surprised at how productive you'll be once you go back into that situation, because the answers will come easier once we've paused and allowed ourselves that space. I hope that makes sense. I'd love to know in the comment section how you get on with that. If you've got any questions, always feel free to ask me, and have an amazing day.